The city woke up slowly that morning. Sidewalks, quiet windows, still asleep. We walk without a reason to hurry, letting silence speak. Your footsteps followed mine in rhythm, like they'd practiced all along. Every corner felt familiar, every street became a song. No words heavy on our shoulders, no need to ask for more. Just coats pulled tight and easy smiles by another winter store. We watched the day begin to glow, reflections dancing in the glass. Nothing asked us who we were, nothing rushed us past. I remember thinking quietly, if moments could ever stay, this one would never fade away. You looked at me like time had paused, like nothing else was due. And in that calm, unspoken space, I knew what felt true. That was the way we lived those days. No fear, no borrowed lines. Every laugh fell into place, every hope aligned. If tomorrow ever wonders where my faith began, I remember snowlit days and reach for your hand. Afternoon stretched into evening, streetlights learning how to shine. We shared one cup between us, letting seconds take their time. You spoke about the life ahead, soft plans you never claimed. I listened like the future had already heard your name. Shadows grew but never felt long. The night stayed kind and clear. Every step beside you then made the distance disappear. No promises written down, no vows we had to say. You laughed and brushed my sleeve like you already knew. The staying close was all it took for dreams to feel new. That was the way we lived those days. No need to prove or fight. Every road felt open wide, every wrong turned right. If the years should ever test me, ask me who I am, I remember snowlit days and where we stand. Later nights found us walking slower, talking softer than before. Stories drifting in between every step and every door. You said the world feels lighter when someone really sees. I said the world feels kinder standing next to me. We stopped to watch the snowfall settle, like the scene refused to end. Nothing needed changing, nothing left to mend. I felt something steady growing, not loud, not hard to keep. Just the kind of trust that stays awake when the rest of life sleeps. Maybe time will turn the pages, maybe roads will lead away, but I know this part will travel everywhere I go someday. When the nights feel unfamiliar, when the answers feel unclear, I return to how it felt. Knowing you were near, that was the way we lived those days. Soft, certain, true. Every memory still shines, every step renews. If tomorrow opens wide with questions in its hands, I remember snow-lit days and trust the plan. That was the way we lived those days. No fear inside our sight. Every hope walked next to us. Every future felt right. If my heart ever forgets how belief began, I remember snow-lit days and who I am. The city moves, the years will turn, but something stays the same. Snow-lit days still guide me home every time it rains. The morning felt quieter than usual, like the city was listening in. We walked without checking the time, letting the day begin. Your coat brushed lightly against mine, crossing an empty street, storefront lights still half awake, reflections at our feet. No need to fill the silence, no reason to pretend. Every pause between our words felt easy in the end. We didn't promise what comes next, we just stayed right here. Those winter letters in my mind still read the same today, written in quiet moments we never threw away. If the road ahead feels heavy, if I forget what's true, I open every winter letter and I find you. Afternoons move slowly forward, cafes glowing soft and low. We shared one chair beside the window, watching passing shadows go. You talked about tomorrow like it wasn't far away. I listened like the future was already on its way. You said some things don't need proof, I said I think you're right. Ooh, those winter letters in my mind still read the same today, written in quiet moments we never threw away. If the road ahead feels heavy, if I forget what's true, I open every winter letter and I and calm and clear. Those winter letters in my mind still shine and still remain. They remind me how believing can feel like not strain. If tomorrow asks me softly who I learned to be, I'll say it started in the winter when you walked with me. The years move on, the city turns, but something still feels true. Winter letters never fade, they always lead to you. Evening came without a sound, like it knew we'd stay. Street lights learned how to glow at the end of day. You walked beside me quietly, hands tucked in your coat. Every step felt certain, like a steady note. No reason to explain the calm, no need to understand. It felt like we were standing on something gently planned. You smiled and looked ahead like you already knew that gentle tomorrow waiting there just beyond tonight. Every hope feels close enough, every road feels right. If the year should ever test us, pull us far apart, I'll remember gentle tomorrow, starting in your arms. About the days to come without a trace of doubt. Believing felt so natural, no need to sort it out. Cafes closing one by one, snow settling in place. I watch the city slow itself while I remembered your face. Nothing rushed, nothing heavy, just trust in view. That gentle tomorrow waiting there just beyond tonight. Every hope feels close enough, every road feels right. If the year should ever test us, pull us far apart, starting in your arms. Maybe time will change the setting, maybe streets won't look the same, but what we felt keeps moving, even if we never say its name. When belief feels hard to find, when nights don't feel clear, I return to gentle tomorrow, still waiting here. Gentle tomorrow waiting there still calls me through. Every step I take ahead feels true. If the future ever asked me why I chose this start, I'll remember gentle tomorrow, where we are. The years move on, the city turns, but something stays in view. Every road leads forward now, because it led to you. The night arrived without a warning. Shops were closing one by one. We kept walking past familiar places, like the day wasn't done. Your steps slowed down beside mine, street signs going soft and low. Every sound felt distant, like the city let us go. No speeches waiting in the dark, no lines we had to say, just shared smiles and easy laughs, guiding every step our way. You looked up at the lights above, like you trusted what was next. Those quiet promises we kept, without ever running down, still follow me through changing days, through every changing town. If the future ever wonders why I stayed so sure, I'll remember quiet promises that friends secure. There's got my places we both knew, but saw them differently. Corners held a softer love than they used to be. You spoke about tomorrow like it already smiled. I listened knowing somehow we were ready on the wild. Nothing heavy in our steps, nothing left to prove. Those simple days still finds a way to go. When the night's feel unfamiliar, when belief feels thin, I return to quiet promises waiting within. Those quiet promises we kept, still like the road ahead. They remind me how believing needs so little say. The city turns, the seasons change, but one truth carries through. Quiet promises still guide me back to you. We stayed out later than we planned, watching daylight slowly leave. The streets felt softer than before, like they agreed to breathe. Your footsteps echoed next to mine, in a gentle, steady way. Nothing waiting to be said, nothing pulling us away. The shop lights faded one by one, reflections on the ground. I learned how comfort settles in without making a sound. You smiled like the moment knew exactly where to stay. Snowbound evenings hold me still, whenever days feel fast. Every quiet laugh we share still outlasts the past. If tomorrow feels uncertain, if belief feels thin, I return to snowbound evenings where we began. We talked about the days ahead, like they weren't far away. Hope felt easy walking there at the close of day. No promises were spoken, yet nothing felt unsure. Just trust growing naturally, simple and secure. Years may turn and and scenes may change, but this remains inside. Snowbound evenings hold me still, wherever life may go. Every road ahead feels lighter, knowing what we know. Daily and slowly into night, without a sudden change, we watch the city soften up, like time had rearranged. You spoke about tomorrow like it waited just ahead. I listened close and realized there was nothing left unsaid. No rush hiding in our steps, no reason to explain, just comfort in the rhythm of walking through the same. You glanced back once and smiled like everything was fine. Those lights after dusk still guide me when the road feels long. Every memory leads me back to where I belong. If the world feels loud and restless, pulling me astray, those lights after dusk still show the way. Evening gathered quietly, signs glowing soft and low. I learned how calm can carry hope without needing to show. You laughed and slowed your pace like the night was kind. I kept that feeling carefully somewhere in my mind. When the future feels unfamiliar, I remember this. Those lights after dusk still guide me every step I take. We walked the roads we always knew, but they felt different then. Every corner seemed to hold a quieter kind of friend. Your steps slowed down beside mine, like time had learned our pace. Nothing heavy in the moment, nothing out of place. The city faded into calm, cars passing us by. I noticed how believing didn't ask me why. No need to change direction, no reason to pretend. Familiar streets still follow me wherever I may stand. Every future feels more certain, knowing where I began. If I ever lose my balance, forget what feels true, I trace familiar streets again, back to you. Talked about the years ahead like they were close at hand. Hope felt like a simple thing I could finally understand. Nothing needed proving, nothing left to say. Just trust growing quietly, step by step that day. Time keeps moving forward, but I still see familiar streets still follow me. We sat beside the glowing glass, watching hours drift away. Your quiet laugh reminded me why moments choose to stay. Cups cool down between our hands. Outside moves slow. Inside every thought I had already seemed to know. No pressure in the silence, no reason to impress. Just comfort in the stillness and nothing left to guess. You lean back smiling softly. Softly bright, still stay in view. Every calm belief I hold leads back to you. the street. I watch reflections change and move beneath our feet. You spoke about the days ahead like they'd be kind. I believed you without thinking every time. Some scenes never fade. When the windows softly bright, nothing crowded in the moment, nothing pulling fast. We stayed inside the quiet space, letting minutes pass. Your voice settled every doubt without a single word. I learned how silence sometimes can be clearly heard. No answers written out for us, no plans we had to choose. Just trust growing naturally between me and you. You looked ahead so that calm between us stays with me. Wherever I go, every step ahead feels steadier, knowing what I know. If tomorrow ever questions what I trust the most, I remember calm between us, held close. Evening stretched without concern, lights fading slow. I felt something steady forming, something strong but low. No fear hiding in the quiet, no need to rush, just time unfolding gently between the two of us. When the world feels heavy, I return. That calm between us stays with me. We stood still before the year turned, watching lights align. Every second felt collected like a cared for sign. You spoke about the coming days without a trace of fear. I for display, just quiet trust that what we had would carry us that way. You smiled like you already knew before the year turns. I learned to believe that happiness can stay with us if we don't leave. If the future ever wonders why I chose this view, I'll remember before the year turns, I walked with you. The city waited patiently, lights steady and low. I felt prepared for what comes next, more than you know. No grand resolution made, no vows spoken through, just calm assurance growing every step with you. Some beginnings arrive quietly before the year turns. That truth stay true. We stood by the water after dark, lights resting on the tide. Boats stayed still like quiet thoughts, drifting side by side. Your voice cut through the evening, low and easy clear. We talked about the coming days, like nothing held us here. No rush, hiding in the moment, no reason to leave, just standing where the city slept and choosing to believe. You looked ahead and smiled like you trusted what would come. Winter by the harbor stays with me whenever nights feel long. Every memory still gently says, this is where I'm strong. If tomorrow feels uncertain, I remember this. Winter by the harbor still exists. slow below. I learned how calm can steady us more than words can show. You laughed and pulled your coat in tight like everything was fine. I kept that picture carefully as time moved on its line. Years may pass, scenes rearrange, but this remains inside. Winter by the harbor stays with me, wherever I may be. December stayed a little longer than it usually does. Days felt stretched and easy, like they knew enough. We walked past closing storefronts, laughing quietly, nothing waiting on the clock, nothing chasing me. You talked about the year ahead like it held no fear. I listened knowing something good had settled here. No need to hurry forward. Longest December stays with me, soft and clear. Every calm belief I keep leads back to you. If the months keep moving quickly, I still remember when December felt like time agreed to stay again. Evenings gathered gently, then lights lining the street. I learned how simple moments can feel complete. You said some seasons teach us how to slow our pace. I believed you fully, standing in that place. Some memories don't fade, they wait. Longest December stays with me. The night felt familiar again, even though the year had changed. We walked like nothing needed fixing, like nothing had been rearranged. Your steps matched mine in rhythm, and unforced. Every silence felt intentional. nothing drifting off course. The signs above the street glowed steady and kind. I learned how trust can settle in without asking why. You said some things remain still the same. Light follows me through every season I face. No matter how the city shifts, it keeps its place. If the future ever questions what I stand upon, still the same light answers me and carries on. We spoke about small changes, not worried, not unsure, like knowing what we shared was enough to endure. Nothing heavy in the moment, nothing left to prove, just calm growing quietly, walking next to you. Time keeps moving forward, but I see still the same light follows me. Still the same light follows me. The streets look new the morning after, footprints fading slow, like the city learned to start again without needing to show. You laughed at how quiet it felt, cars moving carefully. I noticed how the day felt open, like it waited for me. No plans written out in detail, no steps set ahead, just walking through the after of everything we said. You looked around and nodded. After the snowfall stays with me, clear and easy to see. Every future feels more possible than it used to be. If the days feel unfamiliar, I remember then, after the snowfall, we begin again. Cafes open one by one, steam on every glass. I learned how fresh beginnings don't need to ask. You spoke about tomorrow like it felt kind. I believe fully at the time. Some mornings teach us quietly. After the snowfall stays with me. After the snowfall stays with me. We stayed inside a little longer, watching daylight fade. Nothing waiting beyond the door, nothing pulling us away. Your voice filled the quiet room. Easy and relaxed, I learned how comfort settles in. Without looking back, outside moved slowly past us. Inside stayed still. I noticed how believing can feel simple and real. You smile like you already knew. Winter keeps us close somehow, even as time moves on. Every calm belief I hold feels strong. If the nights grow unfamiliar, I remember when winter kept us close again and again. Talked about the months ahead like they'd be kind. I trusted every word you said at the time. Nothing loud in our exchange, nothing overstated. Just quiet trust between us, patiently waiting. Some seasons stay inside us. Winter keeps us close somehow. The night stayed quiet around us, like it understood. We talked until the city slept, longer than we should. Your words moved carefully, no rush, no strain. I learned how patience feels when nothing needs to change. The hours passed unnoticed, streetlights standing still. I realized how hope can grow when everything is still. You looked outside and laughed softly. Before morning comes, I remember this clear and steady too. Every step ahead feels easier because of you. If the day arrives with questions, I already know before morning comes, I won't let go. Watch the sky begin to shift, slowly losing dark. I felt prepared for what comes next before the spark. Nothing needed promising, nothing left unsaid, just quiet understanding as the night finally fled. Some moments prepare us. Before morning comes, I remember this clear and steady tune. Talked about the coming season like it waited nearby, not as something to escape, just another time. The days behind us felt complete, not heavy, not unsure. Learned how looking forward doesn't erase before. You said whatever comes next we'll understand. I believed you fully right where we stand. No fear hiding in the moment. When winter ends, I carry this, every calm belief, every quiet memory I get to keep. If the future opens wide with things I can't defend, I'll remember how it felt when winter slowly changed its tone. Shops opening wide. I noticed how prepared I felt walking by your side. Nothing rushed in our goodbye, nothing left undone. Just trust moving forward into what comes on. Some endings teach us how to start